Okay, so very good evening, everybody. How are you all? I think everybody who wants to join have joined. Okay, so let's not wait for others to join and let's start the session immediately. First of all, please confirm me that how many of you have already enrolled for this one on my website. I already shared the link in the last session, right? So did you all enroll here in this Let's Excel with Microsoft Excel Live? The benefit of enrolling here would be that you would be getting a lot of things automatically. For example, the session links would be sent to you automatically. We don't need to post it on WhatsApp groups. The session updates would be sent to you on your email ID only. So there would be a lot of benefits. Plus, you would always be updated with the latest assignments, the question, and everything could be done on the website only. No need for external links. So did you all register here? Yes. Okay, Mansi. Okay, Nivedita. That's great. So who all do we have in the session? So welcome Gitesh, welcome Nivedita, welcome Samriddhi, welcome Bhumika, welcome Nikhil, welcome. It's written iPhone here. I'm not sure who it is. Then Mansi, then Nidhi. Okay, so I'm not sure who this iPhone person is. Okay, so if you haven't already registered on this website, please do register so that whenever I would be creating a new session, it would automatically come on your email. The links would be shared on your email, and there would not be any need of sharing the links externally. For now, let's go back to the Microsoft Excel's discussion. So can you all please tell me that what we have learned so far? What we have learned so far? Can you all please tell me? Can you all please tell me what we have learned so far? Anything that you remember? It could be in the sequential manner. It could be in the non-sequential manner. That's okay. Just tell me what all things we have learned so far. I would need answers from everybody here. Okay. The sessions have been planned in the live manner so as to increase the interaction. So how to create your own shortcuts. Okay, that's a good thing that we learned. So how to create your own shortcuts. I hope that would be a new knowledge for everybody. Then templates and basic shortcuts. Okay, so we learned about templates and we learned about basic shortcuts as well. We also learned about the naming of a lot of items like quick access toolbar, like ribbon, like name box, like formula box, right? Like page break, like zoom in, zoom out function, like scroll bars, right? So we learned about that also. That is very basic part of our Microsoft Excel. So I hope this some part of these lectures were a new knowledge to you. I hope some part of these lecture were a new knowledge to you and you actually enjoyed it. Yes. Okay. That's great. Now we are heading towards certain other sequence in which we would be discussing about all the functionalities, all, note all the functionalities inside each button or each tab given in the ribbon of the Microsoft Excel. What is ribbon? Ribbon is this one. Okay. And we would be entering into each one of them like file. So we would be clicking on file and we would be learning about everything that is given over here. Okay. Then we would be moving towards insert and we would be learning about each of these functions. Then we would be moving towards page layout and we would be learning about each of these functions. Then we would be moving towards formulas and each of these buttons. Then data, then review, then view. This developer is an add-in, so we would not be learning about it. In fact, you would not be able to see it on your Excel file as well. Then help section, then power pivot, and then tell me what you want to do. But before moving further, can you all please tell me that what is your Excel version? Yes, Nivita, I'll take the doubts. Before that, can you all please tell me what is your Excel version? Is this icon appearing on your Excel file? This one where my cursor is, this icon, is this appearing? Or if there's any other icon, please tell me. Excel 2007.
Sir,
Okay,
I have
Nivedita.
2021.
2021. Okay. Nikhil has 365. Okay, so Nikhil, what is the version of 365? Is it 16, 19, 21?
I don't know exactly, but maybe I can check it from file
Okay.
tab, I guess.
Is this icon appearing? Is this icon appearing?
No, sir, it's a slightly different icon, sir.
Okay. Okay. If possible, can you please share me the image?
Uh, yes, sir.
Just a bit screenshot, a snip tool or anything like that. That would work. It's okay if you don't have a much older version, that's okay. Okay, if you don't have a much older version, that's okay. Somebody has answered 2007, Nivedita. 2007, there might be certain functionalities that might not work on your Excel file. Okay, although wherever you find this thing, please note it down so that you can use it on your updated Excel file. Plus there might be certain changes in buttons as well. Okay, there might be certain changes in buttons as well. For example, in the home tab, if conditional formatting is given here in 2016, then in some other version it might not be given here. It might be given under, say, insert, under page layout, or under formulas, or anything like that. So that is the only difference. Okay, there are certain additional functionalities that have been added in 2016, so we would be covering about that. Okay, Gitesh, Excel is not working, you'll fix it tomorrow, that's okay. Now Nivedita, please ask your doubt. Please आप अपना doubt बताइए.
सर इसके पहले दिन जो आपने बताया था इनवॉइस क्रिएट करने का,
Okay.
तो वो एक और बार रिवाइज करवा दीजिए ना, वो आ नहीं रहा था मेरे इसमें, तो आई वाज हैविंग अ डाउट
Okay.
अबाउट दिस.
ओके, आई थिंक 2007 आपने बताया ना, एक्सेल 2007 है, तो उसकी वजह से आई
यस
थिंक
सर.
टेम्पलेट्स उसमें अवेलेबल ही नहीं थे. बट एक बार हम यहाँ पर आपको कर कर बता देते हैं. बट आई एम श्योर दैट 2007 में टेम्पलेट्स अवेलेबल नहीं थे. बट अगर करना होगा तो यू हैव टू क्लिक ऑन फाइल टैब. ओके, देन यू हैव टू क्लिक ऑन न्यू. Then these things would appear, so you have to select which template do you want, business or personal or planner or what. So for example, if I select personal, then templates would appear. I can click on any one of them and click on create, and it would be created. Okay.
ओके सर.
Yeah.
ओके.
But I would suggest that you please update your Excel file, because in your profession it would be required that you would carry an updated Excel version so that a lot of functionalities could be used. Okay, so if possible, please आप उसको update करवा लीजिए. एकदम लेटेस्ट नहीं भी होगा तो चलेगा, एटलीस्ट 2016 अपने पास रखिए. ठीक है.
ओके सर. ओके, थैंक
ओके,
यू सर.
थैंक यू. Nikhil, this is an updated one only. Okay, it is for 21, I guess. So you have the updated one only. This icon is for
कौन सा?
2021. Okay, so now let's start understanding first. Okay, so now we are entering into what? We are entering into the file tab. After this, we would be going to home tab, insert tab, page layout tab, formulas tab, data tab, review tab, and view tab, and help section also. But the best part is going to be that we are going to cover each button so that we do not miss out on anything. After we complete this, we would be learning about certain advanced formulas, advanced functionalities, and then we would be moving towards very specific things like dashboard creations. So we would be moving towards dashboard creations as well. Okay, now file. So let's click on file tab. So as we complete this file tab, we can close today's discussion, because today's session plan only talks about file tab. Okay, so you can ask as much queries you want. There might be certain functionalities that we might not use today because we might not have the data available with us, but rest assured we would be covering it later on. And every time we leave certain topic, we would be mentioning on the group that we have left this button out of this tab. Okay, so now number one is info. Number one is info. I hope my voice and my screen is visible and audible to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's great. Okay, so now we are clicking on the info button. We have clicked on file tab and we have entered info button. Under info, there's protect workbook. Why this workbook button is given? So a lot of times you must have seen that the Excel files are protected with passwords. So that functionality is given over here. Okay, that functionality is given over here that you can enter your passwords. But besides that, there are multiple other factors as well. For example, always open read only. that is read only file would only be opened. If you share this file with somebody after clicking on this one, then this file would only be read, that is they cannot edit that file. Okay, then encrypt with password. You can also add this thing. If you click on this one, then it would ask you for a password. So every time you click on this excel file, or every time you try to open this excel file, it will first of all ask you for the password. Although although it is covered later on, but we would also be covering it today. Okay, although it is covered in detail later on under the review tab. Then the third button is protect current sheet. Sometimes what you want is, you do not want to protect the full workbook. You do not want to put passwords or say read only for every worksheet, but there's only one important worksheet that you need a password on. For example, in my case, that is in the coaching industry, I create multiple reports on Excel file. Okay, so it could be management report, it could be revenue report, it could be cost report, it could be faculty salary report, it could be a lot of things. But in that same Excel file that I create, there could be one data that I would not want to share with anybody, with any stakeholder. It could I do not want to share it with shareholders also, I do not want to share it with regulators also, I do not want to share it with investors also. Can you tell me which data would it be? No voice. Can anybody else tell me if my voice is audible or not?
Sir, audible.
Audible? Mansi, I think it is an error from your end. Okay, so what I was telling is, I'll just repeat myself in brief. So what I was telling is, in my coaching industry, I would be creating certain files, okay, Excel files on a monthly basis. So in that Excel file, there are multiple worksheets. Okay, one is for management report. Okay, one is for cost data, one is for salary data, one is for revenue data. But there might be certain data, one or two data, which I would not be sharing with my investors also, with my shareholders also, with my stakeholders also. I would not be sharing it with anybody. Can you tell me which data would it be? Can you tell me which data would it be? आप बता सकते हैं ऐसा कौन सा डेटा होगा जो हम किसी के साथ शेयर नहीं करना चाहेंगे इन माय कोचिंग इंडस्ट्री?
Sir, it could be relating to some credentials like passwords or maybe any kind of uh,
Okay, okay.
available.
Okay, that could be one. That could be one. But if we talk about specifically for the coaching industry, then student data, right? Student email ID, student number, which course did he or she take from me? So I would not want to share this student data, right? Definitely, I would not want to share this. ये किसी के भी use का नहीं है, neither of investors nor of any other stakeholders, right? So I would not want to share that. So I can put password on that particular sheet also. Protect current sheet. Okay. Then protect workbook structure. Sometimes what happens is, you have created certain structure, right? Tables or rows, columns, and you want people not to change that. You want people not to change that. Then this could be created. Then restrict access. Restrict access. Grant people access while removing their ability to edit, copy, or print also. Restrict access as in, you can restrict the access of certain people, access to print, access to copy, access to paste also. Okay, that could be done. And you can also add your digital signature. You can also add your digital signature. You can also add your digital signature in the Excel file. Okay, and then mark as final. If you click on this one, mark as final, then this workbook would be marked as final and then saved. This generally is useful in case where there are multiple versions of the same file, and as you complete the review, you can mark it as final. This generally happens in the audit profession. Okay, now this digital signature looks very impressive, right? So let's click on this one. Before you can add signature, you must have the workbook in a format that supports digital signature. So we will have to learn about various file extensions then, and we would be learning it under save as options. First of all, please tell me, is this option clear? Protect workbook. Is this option clear? Protect workbook.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's great. Okay, now we are going for check for issues. If we click on this one, check for issues, it will inspect the document. Inspect the document, that is whether there are any hidden columns, hidden rows, any data which is not supported but has been put here, that could be checked. Then check accessibility and check compatibility. It is automated. Okay, so if you click on this one, then it will only check whether, so Excel 2016 also allows for certain functions, like if the person is blind or does not have proper vision, we could enter certain alphabets for them also. So this would check that whether those alphabets have been put rightly or not. Then check compatibility. Check compatibility as in, if you have created certain file, for example, I have created certain file and I want to share it with all of you. Okay, but now only we have seen that certain people have 2007, certain has 2021 and all, right? So I can check with my file that whether this file would be compatible with other, like other Excel versions or not. So this will tell me a report of whether the Excel file that I have created would be compatible with earlier versions or not. Not the further versions, but the earlier versions or not. Okay, that is one part. Now, this manage workbook. So this is nothing, either recover unsaved workbooks or delete all unsaved workbooks. Okay, so this is for unsaved workbooks. And this is browser view options. So everything that you can search, that could be here, but this is very unuseful option. So you will never get to use this option. Okay, now we are entering into the new button. If we click on this new button, this we have seen, right? There are various templates that are available, right? Have we covered it? In brief, of course, yes, but did we cover it in brief? Did we cover it in brief? Yes. Now let's try to cover it in detail. So let's go for templates one by one. Okay. So under business, what kind of templates are given? Let us check it. So under business, what kind of templates are given? Under business, monthly company budget, basic invoice, then basic balance sheet also. Okay. Then after that, a small business sales lead tracker, forecasted sales, weekly time record, small business contact list, elemental sales receipt, general ledger report, activity cost tracker, service price list. For example, price list could be there, right? Elemental timesheet could be there. Okay, expense report for claiming reimbursements. So all of that is available over here. Okay, then under personal, there would be various trackers and all. So personal monthly budget, premium weekly chore schedule, loan is calculator, personal expenses calculator, photo family tree, wedding timeline also. You can print that also. Then weekly schedule planner. This is particularly important for students. Okay. Then wedding expense budget also. That is also important. Event planner template, credit card tracker. All of these are covered under personals. Then planners and trackers. So this would have a lot of trackers. Okay. Somewhat similar to what we have already covered, but certain new also: gift budget and tracker, car repair tracker. Okay. Wedding invite tracker, weekly meal planner, vacation budget planner. Everything is covered over here. Then lists are there. When we say list, what do we mean? Inventory list, bill paying checklist, service price list, book collection list, household to-do list. Okay, make a list of worksheet, comparison list, baby shower planner. Everything is covered over here. Okay, then budgets. So monthly budget, weekly budget, wedding budget, college budget, everything is covered over here. Then charts. So what are charts? Charts are the graphical representation of the data. So for example, this milestone infographic timeline. If you if you are a student, or if you're trying to achieve something and there are milestones in that, I would suggest you to please create this one. Okay. If you create this one, okay, I'll just have to reschedule here. Yeah, if you just create this one, see, this is a beautiful chart. This is a beautiful chart, and this will tell you about what are the timelines in your activities. What are the timelines that you need to follow? So see, 2024 is starting, then Feb, then March, then April, then July. So there might be different timelines for everybody. So this chart covers all of it. And how can you change it? change that, just come here, change the date, change the milestone title, change the description, and it would be changed in the later sheet as well. Understood this thing? Understood this thing or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, what if I tell you that instead of learning Excel from me, you could have learned Excel from Microsoft only? See, after calendars, we would be seeing one thing which is called the tutorial models. Okay, so can you see these green tabs available here? Welcome to Excel, formula tutorial, pivot table tutorial, Power Query tutorial, get more out of pivot tables, beyond pie charts tutorial. So these tutorials are there. That is, it is given for learning also. So for example, if we go for pivot table tutorial and we click on create, this is a self-learning module by Excel. This is a self-learning module by Excel. Okay, so if I click on this, let's go. See, this will tell me that this is the data, this is pivot table. Okay, how can I create more sophisticated pivot table? What are the different options that are given for pivot tables? It will tell me everything with good text with a lot of details also. So you can learn Excel inside Excel only. Did you understand this one? Although we do not need to read any of it because we will be covering everything in detail. But if you want to learn certain part of the Excel, you can just come here and you can see that also. Okay, so that is also available. Okay, now file tab. Okay, so we have covered this new button. Any queries here? Anything that you would like to understand here? Anything that you would like to say, understand, any query, anything? No? Okay. Okay. Now let's go for the next button, which is open button. Okay, so under open, all the Excel files that are available would be given over here. Okay, and you can open any one of them. You can open any one of them. So there are multiple Excel files. You can open any one of them. Okay. Now, if we click on save, so there are two buttons. One is save. Number two is save as. What is the difference? What is the difference between save and save as? What is the difference between save and save as? What is the difference between save and save as? Can you tell me these two buttons? What is the difference? Save as creates a new location. Yes, save as creates a new location. If we click on save, if we click on save, the Excel by default save it in the Excel or default location. Plus, we cannot change the name as well. Yes, right, Nikhil and Gitesh. In case of save as, we can create a new location as well as we can create a new name as well. Okay, that is the only difference here. Okay, but if we click on save as, if we click on save as, there are multiple other options also available. Okay, so we would be learning about it after we complete our other discussion today only, so that we can save the file and close it. Okay, now let's come to print. How many of you have actually printed an Excel file? How many of you have actually printed an Excel file? Okay, Pranav, what about others? Printed an Excel file?
No, sir.
No. Okay, what about others? Even if you have not done it, please feel free to write on the chat box that you have not done it. That's okay. No. Okay, Nikhil, you have done it. Okay. Okay, not done. Okay, what happens is whenever you try to print an Excel file, there are multiple issues to it. For example, if you see the current page only, It's being cut, राइट, ये यहाँ से कटा हुआ है, इसका प्रिंट सही से बिल्कुल भी नहीं आ रहा है. सी द ओरिजिनल डेटा, सी द ओरिजिनल डेटा, सी उसका प्रिंट बिल्कुल भी सही से नहीं आ रहा है. देन व्हाट इज द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ इट? दैट इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट. व्हाट इज द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ इट? कोई सॉल्यूशन है क्या इसका? कोई सॉल्यूशन है क्या इसका? इसका सॉल्यूशन एकदम सिंपल है. सबसे पहले यू हैव टू क्लिक ऑन दिस पेज ब्रेक बटन. ओके, this page break button, this will show you that page 1 में क्या content आएगा, page 2 में क्या content आएगा, and so on. And there are various other options that are available. So for example, I can drag this one and I can say that I need all of this data in page 1 only. So see, I've adjusted this data. Now if I click on print, this whole data would come in one page only, right? So you can use this page break button. Okay, this page break button, you can use that, and then you can adjust. Okay, although we would be covering it in much detail at the end of our session also. Okay, so that you understand the complex Excel files and how to print them. But let's click on print options now. So print, see how many copies do you want. Okay, that is given over here. Then which printer do you want to select? You can also create PDFs from Microsoft Excel, so that is covered over here. Then print active sheets, either print active sheets. Okay, active as in the workbook or the worksheet where you are, so only print those sheets, or you want to print the entire workbook, that is all sheets, or you want to print selection as in not the selected sheet but a specific part of the worksheet. So if you click on print selection, you have to select certain data. For example, in this case, if I select this data, if I select this data and then click on print on selection, so it will only print that part. It will only print that part. Okay, instead of the full Excel file. Did you understand this print selection? Did you understand this print selection?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that's great. Now, now, um here you can also select how many pages do you want to print. Now this is something interesting. Collated and uncollated. It's written 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 or 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3. So how, what is the functionality of it? How we can use it? Anybody who knows how we can use it? Even if you don't know, please feel free to write on the chat box that you don't know. That's okay. Don't know? Okay, Nidhi, that's okay. Don't know? No? Okay. Okay. You know what happens? Sometimes there's a requirement. Generally, what we do, if we have to print a 10-pager document, okay, we have to print a 10-pager document. What happens is we give it for printing, we collect 10 pages and comes out, right? If we need 2 to 3 copies of the same 10-page file, what we do is we give 2 to 3 copies from here. Okay, 2 to 3 copies from here, and the set is printed. Do you agree? The set is printed 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10. We keep it, we staple it, and then give it to the respective personnel. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes. But you know, sometimes what happens? Sometimes I do not want to share the full file with one personnel. Sometimes it happens that I do not want to share one full file. Yes, I do not want to share one full file with the personal. For example, in my case, it happens with exam papers. If I have to take certain test or exam papers, if I have to take certain test or exam papers, you know what I do? I never share it with one person. I share one page with one person, second page with another person, third page with another person, or I, even if I give the printing, I give it in this mode. One this 111 uncollated remove 111 222 333. So what happens is the printer first print page number 1 for n number of copies. For example, if I've selected 10 copies, so it will print only page 1 10 copies. Then page 2, 10 copies. Then page 3, 10 copies. And I send different personals to collect them. I send different personals to collect them, so that when it comes to me, it's a one pile of page number 1, one pile of page number 2, one pile of page number 3, and then only I have the power to combine them. Do you understand this thing? The functionality of uncollated
Yes,
one?
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
sir.
yes. Now, orientation, this is purely understood, portrait and landscape, so you can change the orientation as well. So if you select the landscape, the page would be printed in the certificate format and all. Then these are page sizes. So letter page, tabloid as in tablet size page, legal page like stamp paper pages, statement, executives, A3, A4, A5, which page printing do you want? You can select from here. Then margins, this is really important. Margin, that is whether you want a narrow margin or a wide margin. For example, in this case, it's normal. If we select wide, see, it has given wide margins. If we select narrow margins, it will reduce the margins to a great extent. Okay, so that is the functionality of this one. And then scaling. You can also do the custom scaling. That is, there are certain data where I want all columns on one sheet, or where I want all rows on one sheet. For example, in my case, yes, I can explain correlative printing again. Sajal, that's okay. Let me explain this custom scaling first, then I'll again explain uncorrelated. So custom scaling, what happens is there are certain cases when we want all columns in one sheet only. There could be multiple rows, there could be rows in multiple pages, but all columns should be in one page. For example, in my case, when I collect student data, okay, so serial number, student name, student phone number, student email ID, student parents name, student parents occupation, student course name, student future plan, everything is there, every column is there, and I need all of this data in one sheet. That is, the column should not move beyond one page. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि जो आपके कॉलम्स हैं, ओके, ए बी सी डी ई, वो एक की जगह दूसरे पेज पर जा रहे हैं, अदरवाइज डेटा ही अधूरा रहेगा. डू यू अग्री?
Sir,
Yes,
but for
sir.
that
Yes.
purpose, to reduce the columns to one page, page break can be used to drag and fit the
No,
all
no.
the columns to one page.
No. Sometimes what happens is when you use the page break, the font size gets reduced. Page break अगर आप use करोगे, font size reduce हो जाता है. But if you come here and just click on this magical button called fit all columns on one page, then it will automatically fit all columns in one page by giving it the appropriate sizes. Okay. Yes. Yes. Then there's an option to print or to fit all rows or full sheet in one page also. It will select the best font size automatically. Now, collated and uncollated. So Sajal, your query. So in case of collated is simple one. Okay. Generally, what happens whenever you give a print and you give two copies, first copy is printed first in full, and then the second copy gets printed. But there are certain cases where you might want to print just one page first. So page number 1 2 copies, then page number 2 2 copies, then page number 3 3 copies. ऐसा हो सकता है आपको ऐसा चाहिए हो कि पूरा पूरा सेट बनकर ना आए, सिर्फ पेज नंबर 1 पहले आए, फिर पेज नंबर 2 आए सारे, फिर पेज नंबर 3 आए सारे. वहां पर अनकोलेटेड का यूज किया जाता है. ओके. ओके. Yes. Now let's move to another button which is called as share. Okay, here page setup button is also there. You can set up the page. Okay, whether you want how many margins you want, what is the sheet size and everything. That is what we have covered over here. Now share button. Generally we people do what? We save the Excel file. We save the Excel file. Then we email the Excel file. Do you agree? We save the Excel file, then we email the Excel file. But in case of a lot of people, they do not have that much of a time, so they can directly email that Excel file from here also. And if you want to create one Excel file with multiple people, बहुत बार ऐसा होता है, you are working on a project, and in that project you need the update from multiple people. You need the update from multiple people. Tab you can save it on cloud and for example हमने यहाँ से वो excel file बनाया, and if I give access to all of you, then you can also edit that same excel file. Okay, but for that you have to save your document to a OneDrive location and then share your document. Okay, so excel file एक साथ update हो जाएगा, you do not need to create versions of it. For example यहाँ से हमने कुछ update किया, it will automatically be updated in all of your excel files. Okay, and then email, so if you click here, it will automatically email the excel file from your Outlook. Understood this part? Any questions so far?
Sir, usage of Excel file, I mean saving of Excel file to OneDrive.
Yeah.
Just little bit something more if you can add, sir. Like how do we do that? Generally, we save documents on our systems only, sir.
Yes, yes. See, if we click on, although OneDrive is not logged in on my system as of now, okay, but if we just click on this one, okay, we just click on this one, this gives me an option of OneDrive. This is inbuilt in my system. In every other system, OneDrive is available. Okay, so you can just go here and you can save that Excel file. See, I'm clicking here. Since this is cloud, this might take a little time. Fortunately, it is happening very fast today. Yeah. So see, automatically it is saving in quick access NC documents, live documents. So I can save it here. It's that simple. Just click on save on cloud, just click on OneDrive, and then it would be saved. Okay, I hope this resolves your query. Please confirm if this resolves your query or there's anything that you would like to ask me again.
Yes, sir. And
Yes.
subsequent changes will be auto saved. Like
Yes,
if you do
yes, yes,
Control S, it will
auto,
be auto saved
yes,
to
yes,
Drive
auto,
only.
yes, yes, auto saved in Drive, because you have given the instruction that you need to save your file in Excel or in OneDrive.
Okay.
See, we can also share with people. Now, since we have added the file, see, we can invite people to edit this file or can view this file. So, for example, अगर आप बहुत सारे एक project पे काम करो जिसमें बहुत सारे लोग हैं, you can actually invite those people. You can actually invite those people. आप उनका email ID यहाँ पर लिख सकते हो and you can actually invite those people. ठीक है, ऐसे आप यहाँ पर लिख सकते हो उनका जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन है और आप उनको इनवाइट कर सकते हो यहाँ पर. ठीक है.
So we can't do it only by just saving as like save as option.
No, we cannot do that. We cannot do that because उसका रीजन है, because एक्सेल का वर्जन सबके पास अलग अलग हो सकता है, राइट, बट वन ड्राइव इज अ फाइल जिसका वर्जन एक ही होता है. अगर शेयर करवाना है किसी फाइल को, देन यू नीड सेम वर्जन ऑन एवरी अदर लैपटॉप और सिस्टम्स, राइट. इसके लिए वन ड्राइव पर अपडेट होता है. प्लस जब आप सेव करते हो तो इट गेट सेव्ड ऑन योर पर्सनल डिवाइस, जहां से वो दूसरे वाले को नहीं देख सकता, बिकॉज अदर पर्सन डज नॉट हैव योर एक्सेस, राइट. आपके सिस्टम का एक्सेस उनके पास नहीं है तो उनको नहीं देख सकता. बट जैसे आप वन ड्राइव पर सेव करते हो, इट गेट सेव्ड ऑन क्लाउड एज इन इट्स गेट सेव्ड ऑन द सर्वर ऑफ वन कंपनी कॉल्ड वन ड्राइव, और वो सर्वर से बाकी लोग भी उसको देख सकते हैं. दैट इज वाई सेव एज पे वो काम नहीं करता. Understood this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now same for export also. In case of export also, you can create PDF document or you can change the file type. File type. File type is what? File type is just the extension. You must have heard of .xlx, .xlm, .csv, right? .binary, macro enabled workbook. So you can change the file type. For example, in my case, it's a normal workbook. But अगर हम macro workbook लगा देते हैं तो वो यहाँ पर आ जाएगा. अगर हमें पता चलता है कि हमारे सामने कोई ऐसा है जिसके पास 97 एक्सेल 1997 टू एक्सेल 2003 है, तो हम उसको उस फाइल में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं जो कि 2003 में काम कर जाए. ओके, एनी क्वेरी सो फार? ये जितने भी फाइल फॉर्मेट्स हैं ये सब हम लोग पढ़ने वाले हैं, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. ये जितने भी फाइल फॉर्मेट्स हैं सब हम लोग पढ़ने वाले हैं, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. ठीक है. Okay, any query so far or good to go? Good to go means GTG. Please write GTG if you are good to go. Good to go. That's great. That's great. Now publish. If we click on publish, it's published to Power BI. Power BI as in we need to upload our workbook in Power BI. What is Power BI? That is not part of this session, but I'll just give you a brief of it. What happens is Power BI, you can click on Google and go to Power BI. You will have to create your login account by creating an ID password. And there you can upload these Excel files and it will give you dashboards. Dashboards as in analytical summary, graphical summary. Okay. That is called as Power BI. That's a separate training. Okay. It's very big. Power BI is not at all part of Excel. It just takes Excel files as an input. पावर बीआई की इनपुट फाइल में एक्सेल काम करता है. That is why it is mentioned here. Otherwise, Power BI and Excel का कोई relation नहीं है. Do you understand this?
Yes, sir. But sir, when are those situations when Power BI is used, like we saw the class day before yesterday,
Yeah.
that Excel is also used for analytical purpose, and there are also analytics involved in Excel. So, like, how can one decide whether to go for Power BI or
Okay.
something,
Okay.
some task can be?
Okay. That's great. So I'll tell you how.
Sir, can you
First,
explain it again?
yes. So first of all, Excel is used for data entry. Okay. Excel is not an analytical software. Gitesh, Gitesh, can you please mute yourself?
Yes, sir. Why, sir?
Yeah. So Excel in itself is not an analytical software. It's a data entry software. First of all, right? नाउ आप एक्सेल पे एनालिसिस करने के लिए नॉट पावर पिवट टेबल यूज करते हो. आप चार्ट्स यूज कर सकते हो. आप इंटरेक्टिव चार्ट्स यूज कर सकते हो. आप पावर क्वेरी पावर पिवट यूज कर सकते हो. राइट. आप एक्सेल पे डैशबोर्ड बना सकते हो बट इट्स अ लॉन्ग एक्सरसाइज. राइट. आपको एनालिटिकल पॉइंट आना चाहिए. आपको एक्सेल आना चाहिए बहुत अच्छा उसके लिए. बट पावर बीआई इज एन एक्सटेंशन ऑफ माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एक्सेल. ओके. पावर बीआई इज एन एक्सटेंशन ऑफ माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एक्सेल. उसमें क्या होता है, पावर बीआई में आप ये जो एक्सेल फाइल है आपकी, इसको आप इनपुट की तरह अपलोड कर सकते हो. यहाँ से अपलोड क्लिक करके आप इसको अपलोड कर सकते हो. एज ऑफ नाउ आई डोंट हैव पावर बीआई लॉगिन, अदरवाइज हम आपको वो दिखाते. अपलोड कर सकते हो आप. अब अगर हमने आपसे बोला कि आपके पास एक रियल एस्टेट का डेटा है. ओके. रियल एस्टेट के डेटा में आपके पास है तीन चार इंफॉर्मेशन. नंबर वन, वो आपका एसेट है. आप बहुत सारी प्रॉपर्टीज है आपके पास, आप बिल्डर हो और आप उनको रेंट पर चढ़ाते हो. ठीक है. आपके पास एक है उसका कॉस्ट क्या है, एक है उसका रेंट कितना आता है, एक है उसकी आज की वैल्यू फेयर वैल्यू क्या है, एक है आज को इसकी नेट सेलिंग प्राइस क्या, अगर आज बेचने जाओगे तो कितने में बेच सकते हो. राइट. नाउ आई वांट यू टू डू द एनालिसिस ऑफ इट. अगर आप एक्सेल में करने जाओगे आपको मैन्युअली बहुत सारे टेबल्स बहुत सारे चार्ट्स बनाने पड़ेंगे. बट अगर आप सिंपल सा इतना सा डेटा सिर्फ पावर बीआई में एंटर कर देते हो, देन पावर बीआई कैन ऑटोमेटिकली टेल यू दिस एनालिसिस. ओके. That is the benefit of Power BI. Power BI is not a replacement of Excel. It's just an extension of Excel. जो एनालिसिस एक्सेल शायद नहीं कर पाता या बहुत डिफिकल्ट तरीके से कर पाता है, वो पावर बीआई में जस्ट वन क्लिक से हो जाते हैं. दैट्स द ओनली यूज ऑफ पावर बीआई. बट उसके लिए आपको एक्सेल बहुत अच्छे तरीके से पहले आना चाहिए. See, it's written also here. Power BI is used to create and share rich visual reports and dashboards from your workbook. Rich visual reports and dashboards. Okay. Okay. Now, if we would like to discuss more on Power BI, I would love to discuss it. But after completing at least 10 to 15 lectures so that you understand Excel. Okay. Once you start understanding Microsoft Excel, then we would be covering Power BI also, but not operation of Power BI, the detailed discussion of Power BI, that what all things could happen. Okay. So once we complete the discussion of charts and pivot tables, then we can discuss more about Power BI. क्योंकि तब तक अपने को डैशबोर्ड्स बनाना आने लगेगा. So then it would be a good time to discuss Power BI. Okay. Then what is this close button? If we click on this one, the file menu would get closed and we would be back to workbook. Nothing more than that. Okay, so close button. Then this account button. So you can give your photo, your about me, your multiple accounts here. Okay, you can give all of these information. As of now, I haven't given this information. That is why it's showing blank. Then feedback. Excuse me. Then feedback means that Excel asks you, if you like something you can write here, if you don't like something you can write here. If you have a suggestion, for example, if we have a suggestion, we can just click on this button and see. They will ask you for your suggestion. You can include screenshots as well, you can include your email address as well for ease of communication, and you can actually give feedback to Microsoft Excel. Isn't it an amazing feature? Isn't it an amazing feature that you can actually tell Microsoft what you like in them, what you do not like, and where they can improve? Yes, it's an amazing feature. So whenever you feel like some function is missing in Microsoft Excel, you can always communicate it to to the Microsoft Excel team. Then options. Although there are a lot of these options, but some of these options we have discussed, like quick access toolbar. We have already discussed that, right? You can also customize that. So these options are there. For example, general options. What would be the default font size? How many sheets would be there? So in my case, it's one. You can also say three. So every time you open a new workbook, there would be three sheets. What is the theme that you want? For example, if I say dark gray, if I select dark gray and click on OK, see my theme is converted into dark gray. Okay. So that option is also available here. This is the best one that I like, black Excel. This is the best one that I like, black. Okay. Then office background, circles. See here, circles and stripes are there. You can change that background also. So these are very nominal kind of settings that are given over here. Then you can go to formulas also. So what would be the change? Okay. Then multiple very specific settings could be checked over here. This is not a right time to check all of these because you would not be understanding even half of it. After we complete the full Excel file, we can we can come here, and then we can discuss about the options that are given over here. Okay, so that you can understand that what all options were given at different places and how we can change and customize it according to our needs. Do you understand this? Do you understand this? For now, I want answers from everybody. Yes. And there's the last option, zip and share. That is, you can share multiple files, or you can share this file as a zip file also. Sometimes Excel cannot be sent. The requirement is zip file, so you can convert it to zip directly from here. I hope the session was useful and you learned something new here. For example, sharing of file on OneDrive might be the one thing that you would have learned for the first time. For some people, protecting the workbook via password could also be the new learning, right? Yes. What about others? Yes. Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you, Hitesh. Yes. What about others? With this, we have completed today's session. Okay. So see you in the next session. But can you all please tell me that did you like the session? What is the feedback here? Did you like the session? You didn't like the session? Anything like that? Yes. Thank you, Nivedita. Thank you so much, Sajal. Thank you so much, Nikhil. Background color changing setting was amazing. Thank you so much, Gitesh. Informative. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mansi. Useful session. Thank you, Nivedita. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much. I would really request all of you to please go to the website and register on this one so that you can get the automatic links. Okay. I might not be able to share the links every day. So please register there so that you can get a lot of quizzes also there and all of these things directly in the electronic mode. Everybody who has not filled the Google form yet, I request all of you to please fill the Google form so that we could have the realistic data in front of us. With this, we have completed the session. Thank you so much. Okay. If you do not have any queries to ask, you can feel free to leave the session. Once everybody leaves, I would also be leaving. If you have any queries, please feel free to ask that. Thank you, Gitesh. Thank you, Samriddhi. Thank you, Bhumika. Thank you, Nidhi. So, Aishwarya, you have registered, but you are not in the group. Uh, you can text me. Okay, you can text me. You can text me, and then I could add you to the group. Okay, I'm sending you my number on this chat. You can just drop me a hi by writing that you want to be added. Okay, this is my number. I have just sent you. You can just drop me a hi. I would be adding you to the group. Okay. Pranav, any query from your end? Okay. Okay. So we are closing the session. Thank you so much.